Hey everyone, Ashish on this side from Innovate Yourself. Welcome back to another exciting video in the series of ESP IDF. Today we are back again with a new video with the bare metal programming. In today's video, I'll show you that how you can toggle the LEDs using a push button. And in today's video, I'll be using the push button that's already there in the ESP32 development board. So let's move ahead and let's understand how to do the connections as well as to do the programming to make this thing happen. So let's move ahead. All right, guys. So now you can see we have made the connections of your ESP32 with multiple LEDs with the resistor. And let me explain like how we have made the connections right here. Firstly, this is the push button that we are going to use today, that's already there on the ESP32 board. And this is one LED, this is second LED, this is the positive terminal, and this first LED positive terminal is connected to pin number 2, or you can say GPIO 2, and right now you can see it's on number 6, so we have connected like this. Similarly, the next one is pin number GPIO 4, and that's connected on number 8. You can see the numbering right here. And this is the resistor which we are using right here. And this is going to the ground, and ground to the negative terminal of both the LEDs. This is how we have made the connections of our LEDs to the ESP32. I hope this is clear to you and we can proceed ahead. Alright everyone, now you can see on your screen the code which we have written in the last program to generate multiple patterns using multiple LEDs. Now this time, as our agenda for today is to do the toggling of LED, so for that I need to explain you a bit more points on that. And just because this time we will be using toggling, that means we need some input, and that input will come from the push button. And this time we are not going to use any external push button. Instead, we will use the push button that is already there on the ESP32, or you can say we are going to use the boot button. So we will use that push button which is already there on ESP32, and we will set the configuration for that in the coding part. And to do that, we will use one push button that is already there. We will use two GPIO pins, and those two GPIO pins which we will use will be pin number 2 and pin number 4. So that means we will remove the pin number 5, as you can see in here. So let me start writing up the code in here only, or in case, let's do one thing, let's not mix up the things. So just copy it, let's comment it out. And so guys, you can see now I have written up the code, and this time the code is already included for few things. We have added the GPIO pins which we are going to use as an output. So GPIO pin number 2 and GPIO pin number 2 we are going to use, and we will do the toggling between them. We have the GPIO output W1TS register which will be to set the value, and the other one is to clear the value. Similarly, we have an enable register which we will use for that. We have a delay function that we have already created in the previous video. If you're not aware about that, just go watch the previous video so that you will get the clarity like how we generated the delay in that, right? So that's what we have done. Now similarly, we have created them volatile, and accordingly we have set the GPIO pins for that, right? And in the like while loop, we will start writing up the code depending on like how we want to achieve this functionality, right? So basic code we are done with. Now we need to add few more things. We have added only two GPIO pins, pin number 2 and pin number 4, but pin number 0 is missing here. So let me define that. So I'm giving it a name as button pin, and just write the pin number 0. So I have just simply defined that. Now this time I'm not only going to set that this is the pin which I'm going to use as an input, but instead I also want to set the configuration. And that configuration which I want to set in here is that I want to enable the pull-up resistor for GPIO 0, which is this one. And to do that, I have another register which I'll be using. So let me show you which one I'm having that. So this is the technical reference manual. Just scroll down and scroll down to this IO mux GPIOs, and here you need to search for IO mux GPIO underscore reg. Means we are going to use this register. Just define it here. And here I just need to set up the register value. Just copy this, and also you can see configuration register for GPIO 0. Similarly, if you are using some other GPIO pin, you can use any other IO mux, but in my case I am using GPIO 0, so I am using this one, right? So let me put that now. Just put it here. And if you want to use this IO mux GPIO 0 underscore register, then you need to make it volatile just like this, or else you can do create it like this, directly volatile it, and now instead of using a separate variable, you can directly call it and you can use it further. This is how I'm using it. Now what I'll do with this IO mux, I'll scroll down inside my app main. Now here I'll simply write asterisk this equal to, sorry, not this, pipe equal to, and just write 1. So with this, what I'm doing is I'm simply enabling. So basically with this, what I'm doing is I'm simply enabling the pull-up resistor for the GPIO 0. This is what I have done through this. Now the next thing is that I also have to read the value of my GPIO pin number 0, which means I want to read the state of the push button, whether it is pressed or it is released, because on the basis of that only I'll be able to simply toggle my LEDs. So that's what I have to do now. So for that, just go in here, just define another register, and that another register will be like a GPIO input register. Just go back. So here we have this one, GPIO input register, and we have the register value for that. Again, GPIO 0 to 31 input register. Just make it this. Again, this time I'm going to use the volatile function directly, so this will make it volatile. Now the next thing is like, where and how will I be using it, right? So now we have done the configuration setup for this. We have set up the 2 GPIO pins for output. GPIO pin number 2 and 4 we have done in here. Now the next thing that I have to do is I just have to start putting up the condition, because I don't know when I'll be pressing my button. It can be pressed anytime, like in between. So for that, I just need to start a loop. So while loop is already there, that's an infinite loop. Now I need to put my condition. So I'll simply put the condition to check. And how will I check it? I'll check the value of my push button like here, and there is another condition, and that another condition is that I want to check for GPIO pin number 0. That means I have to put button pin, right? So this will give me the value. Now one more thing, just invert it, because by default if the button is pressed, that means you will get the value as 0. So this is the reason why I'm putting it like this. I'll simply check the value of the register, whether it is high, whether it is low, and what is the push button state, right? So this will give me whether the button is pressed or not. Now if the button is pressed, what do I have to do? If the button is not pressed, what do I have to do? So I'll simply put the if else condition. Now what I have to do, let me put it. Okay, so you can see here what I'm doing is I'm simply setting up the value for the GPIO pin, which is GPIO pin number 0. So I'm setting it here, and for the GPIO pin number 1, I'm clearing the value. That means I'm turning it on and I'm turning the other LED off. Here I'm turning on the other LED and turning off the first LED. So this is how I'm doing it, right? Now I can remove this one. So with this, my code is done. Now I can start flashing up the code and I can see like whether it's actually working for me or not. And also currently I have put a delay of 500 milliseconds. So maybe when you will press the button, it will take a while to respond. But if you think like, okay, I don't want the delayed reply or delayed response, so you can reduce the delay here or you can increase the delay depending on your requirement, and then you will get the toggling done as per that speed, right? So now let me flash it. Just go in here. Now your ESP32 must be connected to the system, but my ESP32 is connected, so I'll simply flash it, run it. Alright guys, so now you can see the code is flashed successfully, and now you can see one of the LED is turned on and the other LED is turned off. And the reason being, if the button is released, then also one of the LED will be turned on. Now let me do one thing, let me simply press the button, and you can see this is the boot button which we have configured in the code. So if I will press it, you will see my other LED is turned on and the first LED is turned off. Now if I will release it, I will see the toggling happens. So if I will do it again, I'll see the action happening in toggling, right? Now, as I said, you must see a delay when you press the button or release the button. And the reason being that there we have put a delay of 500 millisecond. So if you will reduce the delay, then you will see that your toggling will happen so fast, right? So let me show you that either. So guys, now let me do one thing. Let me simply change this delay value. Let me change it to 100 milliseconds. And now let me flash the code again and let's see whether it works or not. Alright guys, now you can see the code has been flashed successfully. Now your LEDs are in the same state, one is on and other one is off, right? So let me just press the button. Now you can see the toggling is happening so fast because this time I have put the delay of 100 millisecond. So this is very quick now, right? So you can see I'm pressing the button and I'm getting a response so quickly. So this is how the toggling works with the bare metal programming. So this was it for today. I hope you have liked the video. If you have liked this video, do click on the like button. And if you're new to this channel and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, do click on the subscribe button so that you never miss an update from our channel. And also feel free to leave a comment below if you have any doubts or if you have any suggestions. So this was it. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye and happy learning.